would you like to participate in the No Spend November Challenge? Now, as December is approaching, you are probably cognizant of the expenses that come during the festive season. There is travel, there is black tax, there are festivities that will need you to spend more than you normally do. Ideally, you should have been preparing for the extra expenses in December throughout the year. However, if you haven't, one way that people do it is through the No Spend November Challenge, which has gained traction around the world as a way of cutting costs ahead of the festive season in December. One of our writers at Money254 has participated in the No Spend November Challenge in the past and has shared some of the lessons that we can take. One of the fundamentals of the No Spend November Challenge is that it's not an overhaul or a revolution to your expenses. You want to do simple things that would not disrupt your lifestyle, but they also allow you to increase your savings. So here are 5 simple things that you can do to participate in the No Spend November Challenge. Number 1 is to carry your own lunch. For most people who work from the office, lunch is a significant cost, especially with the rise in cost of food in Nairobi. Of course, some people are provided for lunch, but then you can substitute the carry your own lunch with maybe making your own breakfast or making your own supper, or instead of eating out, you can find a way of doing that, which is a small thing that you do, but at the end of the month, it could contribute to a significant increase in your savings. So the money that you are saving by not eating out ideally should go to your savings. Number 2 is to buy household items in bulk. You may realize, if you are to do the math, that you spend quite an amount of money if you have to constantly send the border guy to buy meat, to buy bread. If you are to do bulk shopping, it not only means that you go to a wholesaler who probably sells things at a discounted price, but you're also able to save on these regular expenses while doing the small household shopping. So maybe you have to take a cab every weekend because you have to go buy small items, or maybe you have to take a mat. Other times it also means that if you are regularly shopping, then you also are tempted to buy non-essential things. Number 3 is to find one no spend weekend, which is basically a weekend where you do not spend anything that is non-essential. So if you often go out, if you normally go out during the weekend, you visit your relatives over the weekend, or you normally host friends over the weekend, you identify one weekend in November where you will spend nothing beyond what is necessary. Maybe you'll just have a meal in your house and maybe spend a few tokens watching a movie as a way of cutting regular costs. Number 4 is to create a fixed budget for non-essentials and then split it into 4. So you have to create this budget at the start of the month in November, split it into 4, and every time you exhaust the money allocated to that item, you do not go further to spend until the next week. So for example, you normally enjoy eating mutura when you're going home. Maybe you like having a drink every now and then. So this entertainment budget on non-essential things, you divide it into 4, and then every week you have a budget, and once you exhaust the budget, let's say if you exhaust it on Wednesday or whether you exhaust it on Monday, there is no spending money on that non-essential item again until the next week. The idea is that you still get to enjoy the ones throughout the month, but you also disciplined enough. You do not get to enjoy them too much that it beats the whole purpose of the No Spend November Challenge. Number 5 is to deny yourself at least one vanity expense. That is dependent on your personal circumstances. For example, if you like driving to work, or you maybe like taking a road trip, you also like subscriptions, you have quite a number of them, you can deny yourself at least one of them and direct that money to your savings. Now, Money254.co.ke has written about some of the tips that you can use to improve on your savings habit, including the No Spend November Challenge. Click on the link provided to learn more.